Just hearing this song again is so nostalgic towards 2017. Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of a room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. You'd be wrong about that one. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. As a concern of mine as well, I don't really do well in last minute preparations. Don't worry so much, we're going to keep it simple, okay? Won't need much more than a few decorations. Sierra's been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sierra's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sierra, who's been colouring a poster, holds up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. A bunch of strangers. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine that Yuri shakes her head in fear. No. Guys. No, Sierra. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put out a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Better word selection there. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's for those reasons that we're all in this club today. Not for the performing aspect in front of a group of strangers, for goodness sakes. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same things that brought you here in the first place? Feelings of cupcakes, yeah. Feelings of something physical. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes to recite a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sierra looks worried. I guess that leaves me no other choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sierra and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members, but least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but what? It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I should have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Now it looks like she's the one who's been put into a corner rather than us at the very beginning of the game. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. That's foreshadowing. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri, but anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if we don't practice it with a smaller group of people, then how the hell can you do it in front of lots of people? You gotta build up in baby steps. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of a club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Usually going first is the best option. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the poem. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bring the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I think it is the latter. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yeah, get the nervous ones out of the way first. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You could do it, Yuri. It's called Of the Image of a Crimson Eye. Even the title of the book itself sounds complicated. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? To impress a special someone. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident person. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she inoculates with perfect timing. Tell me how many of you, in your day-to-day basis, see the word inoculates. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she'd bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me after, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. It looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting to other people. Like if you're just reciting to a mirror. Reciting to a wall. Imagine reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice, if we could give her a canonical voice, almost gives a whole new meaning. Maybe that's what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone than I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Flare liked it. I guess it's a good sign. What does that even mean? It means that high CPU usage is detected. I don't care if my CPU usage is high, that means it's good. It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. So the emotion delivery that you have of this poem would be good over other kinds of poem. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well, exactly. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I'll be practicing that kind of thing. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's just embarrassing to do that in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Flare. It's not like I compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Flare lower everyone's standard a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of a poem. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Don't look at the eyes, just look in the general direction of, let's say, the back wall, for example. Look at the very back of the room. But not so high up in the sky, but just like height level, or average height level of a person in the room. Like if their eyes are, if they're standing, that is. My bad. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing and my wording, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I'll receive applause anyway. So I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. It's much simpler than After Image of a Crimson Eye, or whatever yours is called. Natsuki takes a deep breath. While she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthusiastic, but her poem has a rhyme and rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when speaking aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem itself, giving it emotion, giving it flair. Not a pun, by the way. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say, Miss Club President. That's bad of me to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. How? I could put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. Are you sure about that? That's a surprise, Natsuki. I thought it would be the other way around for me. Yeah, for me as well. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming though. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy with that sweet smile again. Ah yes, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If this was sake of a club and impressing Monica, I think more for that for you, isn't it, my laddie? Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Flare, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's been a little quieter than usual on the way home. What has Monica done to you, Sayori? What kind of code has she implemented into you this time or removed from you? Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Like, honestly? Like, why can't we just walk together as a group? I mean, that would be the best outcome, wouldn't you think? I would still walk home with Sayuri. Sayuri, you really think I would ditch Natsuki for you? I mean, the other way around, ditch you for Natsuki. But she's so cute and fun to be around. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Flare. You think about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayuri, I've already made up my mind. I can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's almost like she wants us to be happy with somebody else, but she is simultaneously in love with us. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayuri to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? There's always something that happens during a school festival, or before a school festival, or just after a school festival in every visual novel I play, that something bad happens. Something bad happens. Don't you dare dish me for my opinions as well. Oh gosh, Sayuri, for goodness sakes, I thought that was a Natsuki sort of thing. Oh well. It don't matter, we got a lot more, I think. We have to see how this turns out, otherwise I'm going to do a restart. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Practicing piano, more like messing with Sayuri. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm so happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Oh, I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Eh? Well, you complained about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Like something seafood related? You sound like a bit like Sayuri all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Why you say you don't like squid? Squid is a acquired taste, let's say. You of all people? Yeah, I don't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our event for now. Is it okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayuri's anyways. Excuse me? Where is Sayuri anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayuri is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayuri. Earth to Sayuri. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Not gonna work. That facade is not gonna work. Sayuri shows me a big smile and a jump. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, but you're part of that everyone, Sayuri, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayuri before turning back towards everyone else. Maybe asking Monica about it would be good, but the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayuri recently. Since I've been preparing for the festival, they might be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Flare, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayuri recently? anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but she seems a bit downcast today, and a bit downcast yesterday afternoon as well. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Flare. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her, but this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Yeah, are you sure about that? She seemed like she wants to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Are you saying that I'm the person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Flare. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. More like an extra switch within her coding, Monica. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. No VTube Studio, please. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Flare. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? You know everything, Monica. Everything. I didn't mean to jump to conclusion. Everything. So you should just forget about what I said. Nah. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Thanks, Monica. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head that easily. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear her from here. Maybe talking to her was a bad idea. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, but I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey you. Yes, you. What are you doing? Nothing. Well, what are you waiting for? We gotta check out Volume 3 of Part 3, girls. Eh? I look up to see Natsuki next to me. And now you're playing the game too. Okay, are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can't get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, but you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assume you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles that last part. Now, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today, but she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. What were you thinking then, Natsuki? What was going on, for goodness sakes? Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. But it's the incredibly sudden shift. Would you stop changing the game you're playing? If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah, I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with a book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not. Are you sure? Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. I'm just going to ignore the bottom right part now. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we show our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayuri. Let's do the same thing as last time. Let's go with Natsuki first, and then actually let's go with then Monica, Sayuri, then Yuri. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that, Bucker. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki, what? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best, right? It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too. Right? Flare? Please just tell me you like my poems. I really like your poems, Natsuki. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki, because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in showing my poems if people just laugh and say that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute. I want to be strong and brave, just like everyone else. But nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lip starts to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey Natsuki, if you're not careful you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Just don't read it! Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good, and I know you hate my poems, so you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. But why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, it didn't look like much. I didn't look much into it, but I know you're better now, and it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayuri, she always means well, but sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you, and I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute. You're a lot more than that. Aw, Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally she forced herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Aha, let's see what we're dealing with here. Because tomorrow will be brighter with me around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty, but you listen to me. When someone is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My stand is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all my heart, but when it's torn all apart, my faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say? Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, and I'm happy that you showed me this one. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mum was completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. Oh, I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realise what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so... Go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. Who to next? We'll go to see Monika next, actually. Hi, Flare. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? What do you mean? Do you think it's that obvious? Oh, come on, Flare. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to like that manga she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. No, I think you're misunderstanding, Flare. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask you one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. So is Yuri. So is Sayuri. So is you, actually. A lot of times, she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monika when she smiles sweetly. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monika smiles sweetly. That is something that always happens, for goodness sakes, in any kind of situation or sentence or event throughout the game. Sorry about that. I'll share my poem with you, alright? Eh? Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? What meaning is that, Monica? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, everything was okay. We wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. Probably Albert Einstein would be better off than us, but okay. You mean one-dimensional? Yes, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Beware YouTubers, for I am aware of you recording this as part of your series to put onto YouTube. So I'm going to give you a big old jump scare within the next 10 seconds and hope that you love it, okay? That's our tip for the day. Goodness sakes, Monica. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving, to continue striving for more. Striding more? Striding for more, there we go. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? Inside a big literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you for the TED Talk style theme, Monica. Right, let's see what's going on now. Right. Sayori, Yuri. Sayori, Yuri. Sayori, Yuri. I picked Monica second last time. I picked Monica third the other previous time, and I picked Monica last on the first time. I'm trying to remember what the other orders are. I'll pick Yuri anyway. Well done, Flare. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. You usually shy away. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying showing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing, and I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Flare? Eh? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comfortable. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Oh, come on, Yuri. Eh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome, how unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked? Come on now. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright, do you want to share your poem now? Okay, here. Let's see. Bench. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clean blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath grey rolling clouds an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? I'm having a hard time reading Yuri's handwriting. I'm probably not the only one out there, but I'm sure some people would be like, oh, it's so easy to understand this handwriting, how could you not? I would be able to understand it if it was in webdings or wingdings, sorry. Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils, turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore, drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore. As I say, all that rises from the earth shall return to the earth one day. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After the essay, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that you wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I see. Something tells me the poem Natsuki showed me isn't the one she plans on sharing with everyone else. Of course I choose not to mention that to Yuri. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, what's her idea? Knowing her, it's no surprise she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with a request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Now, it's the last but not least characters to Yuri. Just cheer up. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this with someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. You're the second character who presumes that I have written this poem for Natsuki. Thank you very much. It's for everyone, but it seems to appeal to Natsuki in some way, even though I did pick words to suit Natsuki. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. Sayuri, you're part of my friend circle whether you like it or not. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club. Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Flare. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I was just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You could go play with everyone else now, if you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well today, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Damn. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. It's just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. You're not wrong there, Yuri. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Huh? It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. Actually, she actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right, Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them, and different flavours. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be painting and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them, and as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? No, you're not useless, Yuri. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder for you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader of my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Her tone has suddenly changed. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Flare. The one who is truly... We're not... I'm not useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, You mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Flare may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance, so therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyways? Sometimes decorations and banners are pretty big things, and that requires a hand in cutting and shaping them, but also a hand in holding them. And trying to do that at the same time is a bit hard. Sounds more like you're just making excuses to Flare. What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work, and baking isn't. Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Flare to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry, I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Flare, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. I don't like being on the spot. Sayuri? I mean, if it's going to be anyone, but I prefer helping Sayuri. I mean, we're already neighbours and... But Monika said that Sayuri was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. So I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of a club, okay? Just think of a goddamn club and move on. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys make it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You would definitely agree. Just a minute ago you were saying that... That's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. That's... good? Conflicting opinions there. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is going to be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Flare? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it will turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Hey, stop it! Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not just be that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little unappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a word expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her head down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances, so... You need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. That's unusually brave of you. No, not unusually brave, but unusually smart of you to say that. Natsuki releases her hand and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayuri. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she tried to say something Sayuri would say at a time like this, because Sayuri always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head on out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I've barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out of the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realised you didn't have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why'd I do that? Now she gives me a number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah, what's wrong with that? I mean, I should figure that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house? Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over my house. My dad would be so insulting. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. Oh. Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. I was just saying that, you know. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. You want to say something else. Something related to, let's say, reading a manga or something like that. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous as Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Yes, a good time. It's already Sunday. I'll be getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki upcoming visit, sorry. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help me much. I'm not sure how to any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We're sending each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club earlier the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I highly doubt it. Okay folks, we're going to be putting on the cooking espionage in the next time round, or the baking espionage. Let's see if we've unlocked anything else when it comes... Okay, we've not unlocked any more side stories. What about any kind of particular images? CGs, no more actual CGs, no secrets, backgrounds, sketches, promos. In Act 1, tell Sayori you would still walk home with her. Yes. What do you mean by Act 1? So, let's see. In Act 1, write all 3 poems for Natsuki. Aha! There is a specific kind of reward for that. So we should do the same for the other 2 characters, being Yuri and Sayori at some point. Very interesting. But I think in the next episode is when things are going to get incredibly dark. So just await for that one. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next time of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves.